it'd probably go better. Anyway, we're back again. We just had a short interruption. I can't actually remember where we're at, so we'll go. We'll just go to Cheek and ask him a question. Based on the picture we've seen up on the video, what did you weigh when you first started? Because there wasn't much of you, mate.
Probably 55 kilo.
That much?
Yeah, in the range. Once the socks and shorts got wet, I was about 55 kilo.
Because there was a rumour that Rowie picked you up once and just moved you out of the way on the footy field.
I think it happened more than once. So I wouldn't get hurt.
Oh, it's good. He was good, always thinking of you.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts of the day? And you, like myself, we ended up on the non-interchange bench.
It was mixed feelings because you have a feeling that you didn't contribute that much, given that you come off 10 minutes before half time. But at the end of the day, you're euphoric because you've won a premiership, you go out and hug guys, and it's a great feeling. But then you have this little internal,
reflection.
That it didn't quite pan out the way you thought it was going to.
How old were you at the time? You would have been 18?
Just turned 18.
18, yeah.
So I was the youngest kid in the group. Played all right in the semi-final, so that probably got me on the park before Kells. But then Kells came on and replaced me and kicked 2 goals in the 10 minutes before half time and vindicated Burns' decision to make the change.
Yeah.
Sometimes coaches make good decisions and sometimes they don't, but it seemed to work.
But it didn't hurt. In the end, you went on and had a distinguished career despite that setback.
Yeah. Well, for me, my first 14 years of footy, we played finals footy.
Yep.
Right, and the first year I didn't impacted me, I think, more than anybody I played with because they just didn't have an appreciation.
Yeah, it was unusual.
Yes. So I think it gave me a good grounding in that I didn't achieve to what I wanted to get to, so I worked hard to get to that next level.
Yeah. And Scoff, you got cleaned up late in the game and didn't participate too much in the celebrations. You were a bit crook.
Yeah, I reckon it actually happened. Probably, if I remember, about the second quarter. I reckon I got an elbow to the jaw.
Accidental, of course.
Not so much.
Do you know who it was or not?
But yeah, it hurt. But no, played on obviously, and just was happy to be there in the end. But afterwards, I was hurting a bit. Got back to the club, wasn't feeling real good, and ended up going home earlier than what I really wanted to. And then wasn't feeling too well the next day.
Yep.
And would have loved to come back to the club and celebrate, but probably wouldn't have been a good thing. So I missed out on all that, which is sad, but wouldn't take any of that back, of course, because we won the grand final. So,
absolutely.
So, it was good.
And Cheek, one of the comments you often make is when you're roving with Scoffa, you didn't get a lot of ball time.
No. Well, in essence, aerobically, he was so fit.
Yeah.
He could go.
I'm not saying there's a sledge or anything.
No. I'm saying he would do the first 8 or 10 minutes, and then I'd do 7 or 8, and then he'd do the last 7 or 8. So you only really got one rotation through.
Yep.
Whereas footy now, we run it that you get 9 minutes in the middle, you go forward, you come off. It's just a rotation where, so it's all different.
Yeah.
But Scoffa, he's the best player I play with. Skills-wise, he always got targeted, always bounced up. And the thing was, if you look at videos since then, and you go back, the guy who had the quality disposal was Scoffa, right? I've watched the 80, those videos you've got, there's one in 82 and one in 83, and Scoffa in those games is the guy that's hitting targets. So if he played today, we would absolutely dominate. It's a less physical game. You can't intimidate with the 6-6 rule. You can't come off the line and pole exploits. It's a different game. He would absolutely dominate. Right? Even though he dominated then.
Dominate more.
He would, he would.
I can't remember my next question now. It was on the tip of my tongue.
Sorry.
It was such a long answer.
I rambled off. I've got lots to say.
No, we'll keep saying them. But Scoffa, 4 male medals, but probably the most prestigious medal that you've never won. Burnsy's never won, but the Marcus Medal. Tell us a bit about that. What's that?
What is the Marcus Medal?
Well, that Marcus Medal originated from a Super Alls National Carnival in Sydney, and unfortunately I couldn't play in that game because I actually broke my leg, and I broke my leg at 2 Wells over here on the last Super Rules game of the year, and was looking forward to that carnival. But I said to Sharon, I said, we'll still go to that game, go to Sydney, and I drove to Sydney, and the kids were with me and all that as well, and so we
2006, wasn't it?
it was 2006.
Yep.
And we,
I remember it
just
well.
thought that maybe there might have been an opportunity to just create this medal for the best player amongst the 2 Wells old players.
Oh, the Gawler guys.
The Gawler guys, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And we brought up this name of Marcus Medal, and Marcus, my son, was one of the judges in that, and so we adjudicated on that across the carnival, and we come up with the winner. The final winner was Stephen Fitzy, which Burnsy wasn't quite happy about, but
it was a great decision and fair.
Decision,
Totally fair and justified.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
yeah. It's sort of one of the better players in the game at the time. Yeah.
We've gone off target, haven't we?
Oh, sorry, have we? So it's not about me. Now, back to the real world. I've already spoken to Davo and Walshy. As rovers, you were roving to a couple of quality big men, possibly the best or some of the best tap ruckmen you've played with. What's your opinion? Best skills of both guys, you know. Start with you, Cheek, if you like.
Sorry. Well, what you found with David was his ability to play that kick behind the play and take a mark. You know, and later in his career, like in 1987, he got it best on ground, and a lot of that was that kick behind the play and that ability to mark. Walshy, I found, he had a great ability up forward or on ball, and he just clunked marks when he really counted and kicked goals, which Dave probably didn't have in his game so much. And Dave probably took more marks around the ground.
So they complemented each other, probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. And if you needed to hit you on the tip with the ball, they'd do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Dave was a fantastic tap ruckman in the square. We had a great relationship there. Well, I knew exactly where he was going to hit it, and he just go bang straight down my throat. You know, I always said, you know, I probably owe Dave a male medal because he just slapped it down my throat 9 times out of 10.
Fantastic.
And Big Walshy was fantastic in the square. You kick it up, he'd just go bang, clunk, hit the goal.
In clutch
And
time.
yeah, so yeah, they were great. They worked well together.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Thanks, gents. Nice chat.
Thanks.
It'll be up on YouTube soon.
Thank you very much.
See you.